Hey, Cathie, two other quick questions. Wanted to ask you about, I wanted to go back to Tesla for a second, but really not Tesla, but autonomous cars. There have been reports that Apple may introduce an autonomous vehicle starting in 2025. Curious whether you think that that is a good bet and an easy bet to make now, also given where they are as a stock.
Yeah, well, they've had a lot of management turnover. We've been watching Apple very carefully for years now, because what is an autonomous vehicle? It's the ultimate mobile device. This should have been Apple's market. Apple should have bought Tesla, actually, when they were given the opportunity. We're happy they didn't, but this is very hard work. And with all the management turnover, we'd be surprised if they're able to pull it off that quickly. We've seen how difficult. I mean, Elon's the first to say this is really hard. And we're in the business of manufacturing factories. Well, Tesla is vertically integrated, which is really important when it comes to robotaxis, artificial intelligence demand, at least in the early stages, vertical integration. And I don't know if outsourcing to another firm will work for Apple in this case.
What do you make of the price action separately on Bitcoin? We're now sitting in the $5,600 range. Obviously, it's come off of its highs. Are you buying more?
Well, we have been a net buyer, and we pick our spots over time. We pick our spots. We do not buy on spikes. One of the things that we're wondering, if we're right on deflation as opposed to inflation, there are many people who hold Bitcoin as an inflation hedge. Now, we think that it's still an important asset class, new monetary system. So watch what's going on in El Salvador. But there may be some people who sell at the margin because if we're right, inflation is coming down, less of a worry. However, we think longer term, it is as important an asset to protect against counterparty risk in the case of an 08-09 type of meltdown. It is also a very important asset class to protect against confiscation of wealth other than inflation. You know, in other countries, there are corrupt regimes. And so we believe there is going to be a very important place for Bitcoin as a rules-based global private monetary system, the likes of which we've never seen.
But in terms of where we are right now, are you saying, okay, great entry point for certain people, for yourselves? Are you thinking this is going to, some people look and think that 53,000 is some kind of new thresholds, and maybe it falls a little bit farther. There's others who think it's about to pop up again after Thanksgiving. Everyone's going to sit around their Thanksgiving table talking about Bitcoin again.
Yeah. So Yassine El-Mandra, our crypto analyst, crypto lead, has developed on-chain analytics with others in the industry, which are actually flashing more green right now than red in terms of a point. I can't tell you what we're doing on any particular day, but the on-chain analytics, on balance, we go through them quite often, but at least once a week. They are flashing more green than red. So that I would be more bullish on balance right now than I would be bearish.
And then, Cathie, finally, I just wanted to ask you, right now, the divergence between the performance of your funds and just the indexes are, the delta is spreading on the negative side. And I'm curious how that affects your thinking. I know you're still very optimistic, but about the markets and what's going to happen to your funds over time. But does it change your abilities to buy and sell certain things? And do you worry, or are you concerned that there are going to be investors who effectively are going to sell in these moments?
My worry is more for them than for us. I get very unsettled when I see people selling at what I know are bargain basement prices. Just to give you a sense of that, we do 5-year forecasts for EV to EBITDA, and we assume massive multiple compression from this moment on to 5 years out. So all of our stocks, or most of them, will have FANG-like multiples, which is a mature growth company. With that assumption, we at our peak in mid-February, we were able to say that our portfolios would deliver, if our estimates are correct, a 15% compound annual rate of return over the next 5 years, so double over the next 5 years. With this correction and with some of the increased estimates we are now using based on fundamentals, not at all on valuation, we now see a quadrupling over the next 5 years in our portfolio. So that's a 33% compound annual rate of return. I have not seen it higher than this than one other time. And I believe it was the beginning of 2019, right after the 2018 meltdown in the fourth quarter. I think that number was 42% at a compound annual rate. So our optimism and confidence has increased in here, not decreased.
Okay. Well, Cathie Woods, I hope you're right, and we look forward to following your progress. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thanks so much.